Today on the channel, we take a trip to Amazon. Absolutely beautiful this time of year for the AEW Unrivaled 2-pack exclusive, Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW Unrivaled unboxing and review. And today we got something special. We got the Blackpool Combat Club in Bryan Danielson and of course Jon Moxley as an Amazon exclusive. But for all your non-Amazon exclusive wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews out there. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's dive into this 2-pack here. This isn't our first rodeo with these 2-packs from Amazon. Some have been hits. Some have been misses. So for every once in a while, we get the new Jade Cargill, a nice repaint there. We get the Kenny Omega, Adam Page ones that are just basically re-releases. I think we got a little bit of that going on in both occasions here, but still does feel new, still does feel fresh. And at the end of the day, these display really great, these little box sets. Really does remind me of the old days with Jax, of course. There's some lineage there, as we know, but it reminds me of some of those box sets of years past there. But also really good if you see these two at a signing, an AEW event, something like that. It would be really cool to get this autographed with a big bubble window on there. So there's a lot to like about this, and at the end of the day, if you feel you don't need these simpler repaints, you can just move on down the line, pick up other ones, do whatever you want. Choose your own adventure, as we always do say. But let's look at the packaging on this one. Now, we do know Hook and Danhausen should be coming in about a week or so, so we'll be on the lookout for that one right around the corner, but this one did ship out this week, which is pretty cool. It is the Blackpool Combat Club. I think this is where they started. They wrestled and then became partners, if we remember that whole story arc. But very cool looking there. You got Moxley on the side. You got old Mr. Danielson down there. AEW Unrivaled. Big window box. We get 2 microphones. They're going to be a duel on the mics here. And then you get extra hands, of course. AEW logo. You got the gold and black attack going on really good. Then it says Tag Team Pack over there in the corner. Moxley, Daniel Bryan over there. There's no lettering, numbering system on these at all, which I do prefer on things like this. Same pictures over there. Then on the back of the package, a little glamour shot looking really good. You get a couple of autographs there. I'm sure they signed every one of these, or maybe it was printed on the package. No cross-sell, anything like that. Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, watch AEW Dynamite and Rampage. Should we watch Collision too? Do we pass Collision? I'm sure that'll be on the boxes before you know it, though. I'm sure of that. But besides that, that's pretty much all she wrote as far as the packaging goes. Very cool packaging for what it is. Very simple, but sometimes simple is very effective, as we do know. Pull that out right there, and there it goes. See you later. Goodbye. And then, can I get all this out? There we go. There we go. We're getting down to business here. See you later. Goodbye once again. Spinning it on there. But there is old Moxley. There's old Bryan Danielson in the plastic prison. Let's get these guys out. Let's see what all the fuss is about. There's people fussing. There's still some people fussing on their AEW figures. They're definitely out there. We do know the Vault is coming sooner rather than later. We're still kind of waiting for the finishing touches of how the Vault is going to work, the AEW Vault. And I think it's going to technically be the Jazzwares Vault. And I think it'll be a way to get the Ring of Honor figures, maybe some other figures, some other exclusives. But I don't think it's just going to be for AEW. I think we'll have Squishmallows up there. There'll be Pokemon stuff. It's going to be a way to curtail and skip out the Amazons, Targets, Walmarts of the world, go direct to consumer, as we've talked about on the channel before. Let's get these guys out, hopefully. Hopefully I can get them out. There's one. Can I get the second one? There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. See you later. Little spin on it. There it is. Goodbye. All right. I don't know if it matters whose hands are whose. I think these are Bryan Danielson's. And I think these are Moxley's. That's just the way I'm going to say it. That's what I'm going to go. But let's start off. We'll go one by one. We'll go with Moxley first. How about? But we got old Jon Moxley looking good. Got the AEW microphone, the #1 accessory from AEW. And it does fit because there's a lot of talking on the microphone, but we do get this. Seen it before. We'll see it again. We know how that goes. But then we do get down to the hands, and yes, these are the Moxley hands. I was correct. You got the wedding ring going on there. But we do get 2 gripping hands here. You get 2 wide gripping hands out of the package. And then, of course, Jon Moxley, he's got to have them. He's got the fists of fury. Just in case things go south, you got to be ready to throw down at a moment's notice. We got those for old Moxley here. But now we get down to the figure, and doesn't feel totally new, obviously. A lot of reuse, as we talked about, but it is a Moxley body. You got the camo pants going there. You got the black combat boots. You got the black wrist tape. He does, like I mentioned, got the ring, the little coloring there for the ring. Besides that, no t-shirts, anything, and I guess we're probably happy about that with no shirts, as we've had some staining issues with these Amazon packs in the past. No issues this time here with no shirts to be had, but it is your typical AEW Jazzwares figures. Walking through the articulation, of course, arms go all the way around. You get that beautiful bicep cut, double jointed elbows, hands back, forth, side to side, of course. Hands going to be removable. Up top, you got the hula hoop. You do get the traditional waist. You get the big old splits right there. Thigh cut. Oh my gosh, are we super tight? Just a medium tight. We're medium tight, but you do get the thigh cut. Double jointed knees right there, and they almost look pinless with that camouflage. It's tough to tell, but we do get camouflage in there. We got some sculpted in pockets as well, sculpted in belt as well with Moxley that we've seen. You do get a boot cut, and then you get the ankles back, forth, side to side. Does he fit on an AEW Jazzwares stand? Of course, make sure you get the Jazzwares stands for these. And he does fit very well on there. Now, this does feel like a new Moxley in some ways. I think the body's all reused, but is this head brand new? Maybe I'm just, there's been a lot of Moxley figures. Let's be honest, there's been a lot. But I feel like this head feels different. Maybe it was only used one time in the past, or maybe it's brand new. I'm not sure. I do got another Moxley figure right over here, which is totally different. I'm trying to see if the bodies are the same. The pants are different. So definitely some differences between these two. Definitely a different head. This is more of a less expressive face on this, but it does look really good for Moxley. This is a good plain Jane set your watch to head sculpt on this one, compared to this one where at this point I've forgotten which series this is out of and how all that goes. But just another Moxley here, for example. So as we're used to with Moxley, a lot of the camo pants, a lot of the boots going on. Sometimes you get a vest, sometimes you get a shirt. Just a little bit differences here. The biggest difference, though, and the ones I looked at real close, is the head sculpt on this. Very plain Jane, very stoic, and man, I'm here for that. That works out good for me. But there it is, Jon Moxley. But the star of this pack for me is going to be Bryan Danielson here, just because we've only had one figure in the past. This is technically our second Bryan Danielson. I guess technically the third because of the Chase Rare Edition. But we do get a chance here to display a different head, as we did have, of course, I might as well pull it out right now, a very good one in his more classic color scheme, I'd always say, in kind of the maroon and silver colors. I really like this one, the screaming head. He's all fired up. He's pumped up. Well, this second one could be the more stoic Bryan Danielson here. So we can make him as different as possible, even if it is kind of the same thing, just painted differently. But that's all right. That's what it's about. Repaints, getting the most out of your molds. And guess what? A lot of people want more Bryan Danielson figures. This does scratch that itch, no pun intended here. But of course, articulation on this one can be the exact same as Moxley. Arms all around, bicep cut, double jointed elbows, very tight elbows on him, and not loose side to side. I mean, there's a little looseness like anything, but it doesn't feel like you get to snap this off. Very tight. I do really like this figure. Always have felt this figure feels really good in hand, the Bryan Danielson. I'm talking about that one, but this one as well. Feels really good in hand. He just got the white wrist tape painted on. Got the 2 Fists of Fury. He came to fight right out of the package. He's not messing around. He's got 2 Fists of Fury. Hula hoop up top. Waist articulation, of course, as usual with these, choose your own adventure. You can pop and mix and match. I do like that customization opportunity. You can really move some things around. You can really clean up some figures if you really want to. If you want to do them a different way, things like that. You do get the thigh cut, big old splits there. Double jointed knees. You do got a knee pad in here, so that does kind of cover up some of that. You do get the boot cut, then ankles back, forth, side to side as usual. And then I'm sure he's going to fit on a ringside collectible stand. Make sure you get the Jazzware stands, of course, and use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Looking good right there. But then you do get down to the head sculpt on this, and it is definitely different than this one, the screaming, more angry. This is pre-match. He's ready to go. He's stoic, just like Moxley here. Got his hair in a little bit of a bun in the back. Got the beard looking really good. A good plain Jane stoic representation, much like the Jon Moxley figure. That was very plain Jane, very stoic. That's what we get with this one as well. So I like that, and I like the differences between these two. You got one screaming and yelling. You got one very stoic. stoic. You switch the hands, give one a microphone, make him feel as different as you possibly can. Same thing with Moxley over here. He gets a microphone, move some different hands around, make them feel as different as possible, and you got brand new figures on your shelf in one way or the other. Even no matter how you do it, I guess, really. But definitely cool. I really do like this pack. Now, they're around $45 or so, which maybe is a lot to some people. I'd obviously like to pay $25 would be great. But we have seen these packs in the past go to pretty deep clearance. I just recently got that Young Bucks pack for like $14.77, something like that. So there is a possibility, especially during the holidays. We know how Amazon gets around Thanksgiving and Christmas. There could be some hot flash deals on this one. So I would say, pro tip out there, keep an eye on it. Put one in your Amazon cart. If you already bought one like me, put it in your Amazon cart. Usually there's like a 90-day return window, 60 days, something like that. If it does go cheaper, if it drops down, order another one and take that one back as your first purchase. Get some of that money back. You got to work the system a little bit here because $45 is a lot, and if it goes to $25, I think you'd like to have that money back. So that's what I always do on stuff like this. Keep an eye on it. Watch what's going on. And always have returns ready to go if need be. You can do that at Target, Walmart, any of those places that do give you the price match guarantees. And I know if you're a Target Red Card owner, it's like 120 days, so you can really clean up on that if you need to. So at the end of the day, though, I like this pack. I like that it brought these two together. Kind of opponents in this, but really tag team partners too. And then I talked about it. If you guys are a Mint on Card collector, a fabulous set here to get autographed, put it up on a shelf, would look really, really nice. So a lot of stuff to like about this one. The price point's just a little high, but it is what it is. It is a 2-pack at the end of the day, and it is a store exclusive. You can only get this at Amazon as of right now. But what say you guys and gals out there in YouTube land? You picking up this set? You playing the long game? You passing? You still on the fence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. And we got even more content for you on Patreon, if you can believe that. You get early access to both YouTube channels over there on the Patreon. And of course, the best way to support the channel is via the Patreon, so check that one out. And thank you guys for all your support. And don't forget about ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram and on Threads. So for Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.